Good morning. I'm very excited to read with you today. This week's book that we have featured is in our week 3, day 1. It is called Val and Pop. So, just like every week, before we start reading, good readers start thinking about what they're going to read and starting to make connections in their brain to know what they might already know about what we're going to read. So this week, we're going to use our brain connections. Those are called our schema. We're going to think inside our schema. And before we read, let's talk about what kinds of things you do with your family members. So, what are things you like to do as a family? So, think about it in your schema, pull some things out. hmm I like to cook with my family. I like to go hiking with my family. I love to play games with my family. I exercise with my family. Oh, I'd like that one. I like to do crafts with my family. Oh, we've got a great pile of ideas. And if your idea is something different, you can send me a message and tell me more about that. I would love to know what you like to do with your family. So I'm going to add an extra question in today. I'm looking at the picture here, and I'm going to allow the illustrations in this book to give me some clues about what I'm going to be reading about. We won't always have pictures in our books, but as long as we do have pictures in our books, we might as well use it, right? So I see there's a boy and a girl, and they're around pine trees, and I see rocks. The little girl's wearing binoculars. The boy has a spiky pole, and I see a snake on the rock. I see a bird, and I see a different type of tree. I see two types of trees. So again, I'm going to use my schema, what I know in my brain, and I'm going to think about, where do I think this is taking place? What is the setting of my story? Yeah, a park, a forest, the woods. Yeah, you might be somebody who says something like the Shenandoah National Park. Maybe you're a hiker like that, or the Ivy Creek Trail. Those are all great ideas. So I also see that the boy and the girl, they look different. The boy is taller, he has a mustache, he has some glasses. In my picture, his hair looks white. So he might be something like a grandpa or an uncle. And I see the word pop. It's really cool because my kids call their grandpa Pop. They call him Papa. So I'm thinking in my brain, again, just using my schema, what I already know about things, thinking this might be a grandpa and a granddaughter. So look at that. Before we've even read, we're helping our brain make connections boop, 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 that will help us better understand what we're reading. So that's why when you grab a book, sometimes I want you to just pause and take a look at what you're going to read, because it really helps your brain build connections. And then some of those words you come across, your brain builds a bridge for you, and it helps it make it easier for decoding, because your brain's like, oh, this book's about hiking. So that word that starts with an H and it's got a K in it, and I see I, oh, my brain built a bridge for me. So thank you for pausing and taking a look at things with me this morning. And then we're going to go over some words that we might see in this story before we even get started. These are our high frequency words. These are not words that we decode. These are words we got to know. So let's look at these got to know words. One, came, gave. Let's go through these high frequency words again, this time in a different order. Awesome job. Thank you for saying those with me again. Now these next words are decodable. These all have short vowels. Short vowels mean that there is no sneaky E after a consonant. They are short vowels. So let's go over our vowels real quick so we remember what a vowel is. Our vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. Let's go over the short sound they make. A, E, I, O, U. We ready to exercise? Great job. So we've done our vowels. So let's read some of these words. These are also words we're going to see in our book this morning. So let's go ahead and decode them. Bring it together. Tap. Yells. Again, we're going to tap the sounds, then we're going to blend it together. Dust. This is one from last week. Got that consonant blend, vowel, consonant. Ought. Spot. Hops. Ought. Dots. At. Nap. En. Den. Odd. Nods. Great job decoding those words. Those are going to be words we come across as we read in our book. I'm going to give you a few seconds to get yourself to this page. We've already read this book once this week, so this time we're going to read it together. We're going to read at the same time. So as you're getting to your page, I also want to point out, as we're reading, we're going to notice our punctuation, our exclamation points. We're going to read with excitement or emotion. And then our periods, we're going to just make it sound like a statement. And if we have a question mark, like on this page, we have a question mark. We're going to make it sound like a question, all right? So by this point, we are all ready. And if you need help, it's page 31 in your booklets. All right, are we ready? I'm going to track with my finger. Val and Pop. Pop. Val and Pop. Pop, yells Val. See the snake on that stone? Pop nods. Yes, Val. But did you see how when we explored that picture earlier, we saw that snake and my brain built that bridge that let me know, oh, that's snake and that's a stone. I already had that bridge built. Let's get ready for the next page. Val sees a flat spot. A deer came by and had a nap here, said Pop. Yeah, I'm noticing those words that we already went over. Great job, readers. Val sees a hole. One fox hops out. Pop, a fox den, yells Val. Pop nods. Val sees dots in the dust. Were they made by mice, Pop? Yes, mice feet, said Pop. Pop, see that spot, yells Val. Yes, It was made by a snake that hops. Jokes, Pop. Ah, so if this is telling us that's a joke, isn't that really a hole made by a snake? Or that spot made by a snake? Is that really made by mice? My brain's thinking. Then Pop gave one tap with his foot. It made a spot. You did it, yells Val. Pop nods. That silly Pop. Those spots weren't made by mice. That was made by Pop's hiking stick. Oh, that's such a silly story. All right, so now it comes time for you to do your hard work. But we've already done some of this together. Who are the characters in this story? Let's think about that. Who were the characters in the story? Was it the mice? Was it the snake? Yes, it was Val and Pop. What is the setting of the story? So we have to think about, what does setting mean? Yeah, where did this story take place? Great job. And you can write that down here. Or you can draw it. You can write or draw your responses. On this page, you're going to work on your vocabulary. What does it mean to nod? To raise and lower your head slightly. So what might mean the same as nod? What word is opposite of nod? Like yeah. And what kind of word is it? If we think about nodding, is it a person, place, or a thing? Is it a noun? Is it describing something like an adjective? Is it an action word? Is it doing something like a verb? I think it's like a verb. Ah. And then this week, you're going to be word detectives. And you're going to go back and you're going to find the word by and the word they in your story, and you're going to circle them. But this time, you're going to read this book on your own. We've read it together twice now. So now it's your job to go back, read the story one more time on your own, and then you can circle those words as you're reading it. All right, readers, way to work hard from home. Hands in, break, break, go. Thanks for being fantastic.